All right. So the CPI, the inflation data report is in. I actually held off on doing this video a little bit because I wanted to kind of see the impact. I wanted to see how the proverbial dust would settle. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at crypto right now. We're also going to look at the consumer price index report and look at stocks as well, kind of see what's going on over there. But crypto is actually moving up. It's actually going kind of in the opposite direction of what was happening in the stock market, and we're going to look at why. So we're going to unpack all this and kind of what it means looking forward in the next month or so. That's what we're going to do. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button below. Please drop a like on the video. Tell the algorithm that we are here. Also, I am starting something brand new in my Patreon. Links in the description below, right here at $20 a month. At this level, A, I'm thinking about raising the price, but B, I'm going to start a new scenario where I'm going to start creating my own portfolios, like a blue chip portfolio, an AI, crypto, DeFi, NFT, whatever it may be. Okay, these different portfolios. I'm putting my own money, and I'm going to share with all of my private Patreon members what I'm doing, what I'm buying, what I'm holding, what I'm selling, everything, complete transparency. This is not buy alerts, trade alerts, sell alerts. This is just me doing this as a value add for my private community members. So something you're thinking about, links in the description below, check that out. Okay. So let's take a look at what's going on in crypto right now. Crypto right now is up, as of recording this video, up 3%. Okay. Really doing pretty well. Ethereum and Bitcoin moving up nicely. Ethereum outpacing Bitcoin on the 24-hour. And you can kind of look down here. Cardano is moving up really nicely, 8+%. Polkadot 2.5%. SHIB 2.5%. Litecoin up almost 4%, so forth and so on. And you kind of look at the top gainers in the 24-hour. GMX. Onyx coin just broke into the 100. Singularity. These are kind of your percentage gainers as far as ranked out of the top 100. Now, let's shift here and kind of look again. This is the number I'm really focusing on right here. Is that number, that 3.1% up? That's actually pretty good. Okay. Now, here's what's going over with the inflation data report. Okay. So we got the inflation report, and there's a graph in here that really is probably the best thing I can show you to really kind of explain this. So inflation, that's Bella. You can, if you just heard her, she's in her dog bed right here by my bed. She hangs out with me all day. My little female Australian shepherd, that's Bella. Okay. So inflation rose 0.5 in January, more than expected, and up 6.4 from a year ago. Now, this kind of sounds bad at a high level. Okay. But if we scroll down here, I'm going to show you this chart. So this is, to me, really what it comes down to. Now, if you look at what's happened, we in June of 2022, inflation hit that all-time high of 9%. All right. And by the way, this right here is less food and industry right here. It was at a high of 5.9, but this is the number we're going to focus on for right now. And you can see that it started coming down. And then kind of in September, from there, we went from there to September 8.2. And then we had these really dramatic moves down. We were moving down, 0.5, 0.7, right? Okay. And then kind of in December, we moved from, so in June to December, we moved from basically 9% down to 6.5%. And then in December, you can see it's starting to cool a little bit. We went from in December of 22 to 6.5 to January of 23 to 6.4, a 0.1 move down. And you could even see how it's starting to kind of, the tail is starting to flatten, right? So what that says is that, well, number one, the measures they were instituting, all the interest rate hikes, were working to bring inflation down. It's coming down, but it's also starting to slow right here. You can see it in this chart. It's starting to slow down. Okay. So therein lies, to me, kind of the core story. Okay. Now, if we also kind of look, and real quickly here, let me show you like Finance Yahoo. I don't want to lose that story. So we're going to go here. You can see, look at the Dow right now, as of the recording this video. Look, the Dow's down 375 and the Nasdaq's down 89, whereas crypto is up. So crypto is going in direct opposite from a correlation standpoint of what's going on in the stock market, because the stock market is definitely not liking what's going on as far as the CPI report showing that inflation is not, moving down as much. Basically, we were wanting the CPI inflation report to be a much more aggressive move down, right? If you go back to that chart, let me show you that chart, what I'm talking about. This right here, we were wanting this number to be more down, if you will, maybe down 6.1, something like that. Instead, we got the 6.4 number, right? That's the surprise number. It is that number. And then also in core CPI, that is doing this. that is hitting this really, really hard. But crypto is not reacting at all. In fact, it's going the opposite way. So you've got money flooding coming into crypto in opposition to what's going on in stocks. And quite frankly, crypto is shrugging off or not being impacted really by the report, the CPI Consumer Price Index report. Okay. So that's what we got going on. It's interesting to note. Now, final thought here is we have coming up in mid-March, we have the FOMC, the Federal Reserve FOMC meeting where they meet to whether they raise the rate or whatever they're going to. They are going to raise the rate. That's going to happen. It's just a matter of how much. We were expecting a 25 basis points, but here's the X factor. Okay. The X factor is this. We got a surprise jobs report. We were only expecting job growth of about 180,000. We ended up getting north of 500 plus thousand. So that's not good in the context of inflation. Okay. We want that job growth to be slowing down. And this CPI report that I just spent showing you that chart shows that we're not getting as aggressive move down. So is that signaling to the Fed, the FOMC, that they should be maybe looking at more aggressive rate hike in the March meeting? Maybe instead of 25 basis points, maybe 50 basis points. That's the X factor. Uncertainty. Okay. So now we have a little bit of uncertainty. You have crypto reacting right now like it is because in direct opposition to what's going on in stocks, but there's still that uncertainty. It's still underneath it, right? And basically everything I just said. So yeah, interesting. So if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button below, drop a like, and I'll be back as always to help you navigate these murky waters. See ya.